So I hope you all like the story. So now it's time that we learn the meanings of some important words that were mentioned in this beautiful story. Starting with the title itself. It's about Lakshya, the unyielding aspirant. What is the meaning of unyielding? The unyielding is somebody who is not ready to give up under any kind of pressure. So note down the first word is unyielding. Unyielding. Not ready to give up under any pressure. Moving on to the first paragraph. Lakshya, an SSC CGL aspirant, was driven by a strong sense of duty. Sense of duty, I hope you all understand, which means responsibility. To support his family. Lakshya's study routine was rigorous. Rigorous का मतलब क्या होता है? Extremely thorough and demanding. Very, very demanding. So Lakshya's study routine was rigorous, filled with tedious hours of practice. Tedious means, note down, this is the third word. Second word was rigorous. Third word is tedious. Tedious means his study hours were rigorous and filled with tedious hours of practice. Tedious means long and tiring. Long and tiring. और I think वो story के माध्यम से आप लोग समझ भी पा रहे होंगे, right? And difficult, that's not a very difficult word, hard to solve. Okay, and difficult question that seemed insurmountable at times. What is insurmountable, Baba? That sounds so difficult, right? So insurmountable means too great to overcome. Okay, insurmountable, sir आ गया, सर के ऊपर माउंट टेबल रख दिया, so it is too great to overcome. Okay, so moving on. फिफ्थ वर्ड, डिस्पाइट द मोनोटनस से आप क्या समझते हैं? मोनो मतलब वन, एक ही चीज़ को आप बार बार करते जाओगे, सो दैट बिकम्स वेरी रिपीटेटिव एंड डल, राइट? सो नोट डाउन द फिफ्थ वर्ड, मोनोटनस मीन्स समथिंग very repetitive and dull. Okay, I'm reading the line again. Despite the monotonous grind, Lakshya remained steadfast. What does mean the steadfast? अगर आप पैराग्राफ को पढ़ोगे तो आपको कुछ समझ आ रहा होगा. He stays firm and unwavering, determined, unshaken. Okay, so note down the sixth word, that is steadfast. Steadfast means firm, determined भी बोल सकते हैं आप उसको, unwavering भी बोल सकते हैं. Okay, moving on. His friends, often apathetic towards their own goals. अब now we are talking about Lakshya's friends who were apathetic, showing, जिस apathetic का मतलब होता है, note down the seventh word, which is apathetic, which means showing little interest or enthusiasm. Okay, pathetic से आपको pathetic जैसा sound होता है, right? So apathetic means showing very little interest or enthusiasm. Okay, so let's read this line once again. His friends, often apathetic towards their own goals, admired his resolve. अब ये word resolve आप नोट कीजिएगा. We also use it. This is the eighth word और इसका मतलब होता है determination. Understand the context that we are using it in. Okay, so resolve also means determination. Okay, now moving, I think determination का आपको मतलब समझ ही आ गया है. Now moving on to the second paragraph. At times, Lakshya felt vulnerable. आप vulnerable समझ सकते हैं, susceptible to harm, somebody who's under pressure, who doubt himself, जिसको लगता है कि यार मुझसे नहीं हो पाएगा. You know, often when we are preparing for something, we feel vulnerable. There are times when, difficult times at home, at work, we feel vulnerable. We feel susceptible to be harmed. We want somebody to just come and tell us that, you know, we can do it. We can do it. So, I hope you understand the meaning of word vulnerable. That this is the ninth word and it means susceptible to harm. Okay, now I will read the line again. At times Lakshya felt vulnerable, especially when doubts clouded his thoughts, but his resilience kept him moving forward. So what do you understand when I read the line, but his resilience His resilience kept him moving forward. So, as you can see, resilience means ability to recover from difficulties. Somebody who says, I will bounce back. I have the resilience. I will come back. I will fight back. So, resilience is the ability to recover from difficulties. Okay, this was the 10th word. Now, let's go to the line. He realized that, I hope you're with me. He realized that the success in the exam required more than just knowledge. It demanded perseverance. Now look at these words. These are very important words. Perseverance. Also pay attention to the spellings of these words. Sometimes SSC also asks you the correct spellings. Okay. So Lakshya knew that the success in exam required more than knowledge. What is it that everyone has knowledge, okay, but there is one thing that is lacking in some of us. That is perseverance. The ability to continue to put our efforts despite any difficulties in our path. So this is called perseverance. Perseverance is something when you're just going, you just keep moving forward. You are not scared of the difficulties that are coming your way. You're following your goal. You're chasing it. Okay, so perseverance means continued effort despite difficulty. Okay, this was your 11th word. Discipline. I'm reading the line again. Lakshya realized that success in the exam required more than just knowledge. It demanded perseverance, continued efforts despite difficulty. Discipline का मतलब I hope self-control and mental fortitude. Fortitude क्या होता है? Strength. Okay, mental का मतलब mind. Mental strength of the mind. He faced turbulent moments but never let them break his focus. What is turbulent? Okay, the easiest way, 12th, I'm not keeping discipline as a word, as an important word. However, I'm keeping turbulent. Counting the turbulent as the 12th word. Okay, so how you can remember turbulent? Firstly, remember he faced turbulent moments but never let them break his focus. So turbulent का मतलब समझो कि कुछ बहुत ज़्यादा difficulties आ रही हैं. Chaotic, unstable. Also, there is another way of remembering it. Whenever you're traveling by air, like you're traveling in an airplane, there is turbulence. Okay, there is instability, there is chaos while you're in the aircraft you're traveling. The captain also announces that we are expecting some turbulence. So it's the same thing. So it is chaotic and unstable situation. Okay, I hope you can remember